How's it going, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'll be speaking on a foolish man. Now, there's a representation of a foolish man in the Bible, of Psalm 14, the foolishness of men. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek God. They are all gone aside. They are altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat my people up as they eat bread, and call not up to the Lord? There were they in great fear, for God is in the generation of the righteous. Ye have ashamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion, when the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people. Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad. That is a really good representation of a foolish man in the Bible, because I believe only a fool would say God doesn't exist. When there's so much out there that shows God exists, don't be a fool and say God doesn't exist and want all the things of this earth and want all the things of heaven and come back and come to him and say, oh Lord, I've done this for you, I've done that for you. Cry out to him while you're in hell, because he will not hear. He will not see. He will not pay attention to your cries, because when you were in this life, you said that he doesn't exist. Cry out to him while you're in this life. Cry out to him. Call him your Lord. Call him your Father. He created this earth. How can people enjoy his creation and say he doesn't exist? More people are starting to worship the creation more than they worship God. This is the sign of the end of days. People will reject me. People will not worship me. People will not love me. They will love themselves, and they will love their objects. They will love the things of this world more than they love God, more than they love the things of heaven. The things of this world are fleeting. They're going away fast. Don't be one of the foolish men or women that say God doesn't exist, go on about your life, and end up in the eternal pits of fire of hell. People say God doesn't exist, but they know it in their hearts that he does, but they still decide to reject him. They still decide to walk away from him. Lots of people turned away from God and came back. Oh, but he hath forgiven them, because they are his children. We are all God's children. We are all his people. How many times are you going to say God doesn't exist? How many times are you going to say the Bible has been written too many times? How many times are you going to say it's just a fairy tale? Look at the end of times. People are lovers of themselves. Men are lovers of men. Women are lovers of women. People are not turning to God. People are turning to the earth. People are turning to demons. People are turning to other false gods. There have been false gods all over the Bible. Baal, the Egyptian gods that people worshipped. People worshipped the gods of the Egyptians. People worshipped the gods of the Philistines. People worshipped many other gods. And there are so many people out here saying God doesn't exist. Atheism has become more popular, and agnostic has become more popular. But I say unto you, don't let them turn you away. Don't let a foolish man tell you God doesn't exist. Stay in your faith. Know what your heart says. And love God. And never turn away. He is your keeper. He is your shepherd. He is the one and only true God. I'm going to read another Psalm of David. Psalm 23:1. A Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table for me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. That's what David said to God. That's what David said to Jesus. Because he saw him as his shepherd. He saw him as his guidance. He did not turn away from him. He did not say, "Oh, my Lord doesn't exist," or "Oh, God doesn't exist." He believed in him. And look at his life that he lived. He lived a righteous and pure life, and God gave him all that he could ever need. God doesn't give you what you want. He gives you what you need. There's a lot of people that turn from God because he's not giving them what they want. And they start to say in their hearts, God doesn't exist. He never existed. It's all of natural forces. An energy explosion in the sky. And they don't know where that energy came from. And they don't know. They don't know how it happened. But I believe in God. I believe that he is the creator. And you should too. You should believe that he created this world. I'm speaking in a deeper tone because this is a very serious matter, because more people are turning away from the gospel. More people are turning away from God. They're being led astray, and they don't even notice it until it is the end, until they've already been led astray. But I pray that you will go out there and preach the gospel, guide more people to the Lord so that he may change them. He says, come as you are, so that he can change you, so that he can make you even more like his Son, like Jesus Christ. He is the good shepherd. Just like David said, he maketh me lie down in green pastures. He saw God as the way of life. He saw God as a righteous and holy God, as a loving God, as a pure God that gave him what he needed, that brought peace in his life, but also it brought devastation. But he helped him conquer his enemies. Of course, David fell, just like all of us do. He fell into sin. He fell into lust. He lusted after Bathsheba, and then he killed one of his greater men because he was afraid he would find out. But David, he was a righteous man. He was a holy man. But alas, he wasn't a good man. For there is no good in people's hearts. Only God is good. And that is the end of the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope the Spirit of God came over you today. And I hope you guys had a swell day. See you guys later. And God bless you.